Well, back at home, the Congressional Executive Commission on China holding a hearing on what it calls corporate complicity of subsidizing the Chinese Communist Party's human rights violations. Well, our next guest was one of the top witnesses on the Hill today, human rights advocate and former NBA basketball player Enes Kanter Freedom. Listen to what he said.
We created the shoes as non-slave labor, and we put all these messages on our shoes, which there was no rule against us because 3 years ago when we were in the NBA bubble, all the players were putting on their shoes Black Lives Matter, Black Revolution, George Floyd, which I'm not against. So my first topic was free Tibet. Before the game, there was two gentlemen from Boston Celtics came to me and said, take your shoes off. I talk about the problems that are happening in Turkey for the last 10 years. All I got was support, but the topic was China one day, and my phone was ringing once every hour. I got released, and it was over for me. I love basketball. My job is I'm not a politician. It's bigger than myself. It's bigger than basketball. It's bigger than NBA. And I will continue to be, a voice of all those innocent people out there.
Enes Kanter Freedom joins me now. Thanks so much for being here. Boy, you say you're not a politician, but you were testifying on Capitol Hill. So maybe not a former basketball player, but there you are testifying on Capitol Hill. You tweeted earlier today about the importance of exposing the, quote, dirty relationship between the NBA and China. And this goes, I think, to what you were talking about when you had those shoes. I remember that controversy when all that went down and then you released, and it continues to this day. What else did you tell the committee when you were on Capitol Hill today? Tell us more about that.
Thank you for having me. I really wanted to expose the relationship between NBA and China because NBA just keep bragging about how much they care about the social justice issues. And, many players actually call themselves more than an athlete and stuff until it hits their pocket. As soon as the things that they talk about affects their business, they're going to stop talking about them. So I wanted to expose that. And also, NBA biggest sponsor, Nike, they say they are for the people in America. They stand with Black Lives Matter, no Asian hate, LGBTQ community, Latino community. But when it comes to China, everybody knows about the sweatshop. So I really want to thank the, U.S. Congress and also the Senate. It was a bipartisan effort, and I wanted to really testify in front of the whole world and see what NBA is doing, because Adam Silver, the commissioner, literally exporting this Americana to an evil empire, and it is unacceptable. And all the players are unfortunately scared to say anything because they know as soon as they say anything about China's human rights violation, their career will be over.
Do you think that'll change that hypocrisy that you're talking about? Do you think the NBA will change its policies with that, or do you see this just continuing on the same way that it has and the problems that you've faced?
That's what we are fighting for. We always say, don't just talk about it, be about it. I had many conversations with the member of the Congress, and they said the next we will be inviting Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA. We will be inviting the NBPA, the Player Association, and we will be inviting the CEO of Nike, because enough is enough. We cannot just let in these 100% American-made companies bowing down to at the biggest dictatorship in the world, China. So I actually cannot wait for Adam Silver to testify, the Player Association to testify, the CEO of Nike to testify, because if they have nothing to hide, they will come and do it. And when I had a conversation, they said, we don't really know if they will even willing to come and testify in front of us.
Well, Congress could put pressure on them to come in and testify, and there's nothing like pressure from Congress to get the dialogue going. Real quick, I want to pivot to the NATO summit. You've been very outspoken about President Erdogan, his leadership, Turkey's history of human rights abuses. This past week, we've seen Erdogan tilt more towards the West, which is now considering selling F-16s to Turkey. He's supporting expanding NATO membership. He also welcomed President Zelensky in Istanbul. But on the flip side, he's had a long partnership with Vladimir Putin. The two have agreed to arms and energy deals. What are your biggest concerns in all this? Are you concerned about, us, the United States, working more closely with Erdogan and his administration?
I mean, first of all, everybody knows that he is a dictator, and it just really breaks my heart how the Biden administration can still be soft on some of these dictatorships out there, like China, like Turkey. And when it comes to Erdogan, he plays both sides. I mean, he's going there meeting with Zelensky and saying he supported Ukraine, but at the same time, he's opened his doors to Russian oligarchs. He is shaking hands with, you know, the leaders like Putin, the leaders like Khamenei, Iran, and leaders like Xi Jinping. And people are confused, like, which side are you on? Those meetings in NATO obviously was very important, but I am very skeptical about Erdogan's true intentions, because he will always want to empower his hand against West by using these roles, which he always did. Unfortunately, our administration is very soft on the Erdogan regime, so we gotta be tougher on them.
Well, and you had a bounty on your head. Quick final question: do you still have that $500,000 bounty on your head?
Yeah, I mean, even every time I leave the country, I have to let the FBI know where I'm going. That is the one thing I'm actually asking our administration: how can a foreign government can put a bounty on U.S. citizen head and in American soil? Like, this is unacceptable. It is what it is. You know, I know that I'm not a bad person. I am talking about the human rights violations of political prisoners in Turkey. Hey, oh well, that shows that they're scared.
Yeah. Well, Enes Kanter Freedom, we appreciate you fighting for freedom around the world and justice. Thanks so much for coming on. Great talking to you, and we hope to have you on again.